Good. We're back with another episode of our podcast here at ESI Supply. Today we have my old friend Dave Elliott with SW Glove, and we're going to be talking about single-use gloves. And single-use gloves, since the pandemic has gone on, has really gone haywire.
Absolutely.
I would have to say. We've been on some roller coasters.
Yes, we have.
And we were selling quite a few before the pandemic, and then when that happened, of course, you know, the medical industry started really soaking up a good bit of that, and because of the pandemic, the manufacturers in across the ocean, across the seas, they've really restricted down to what they were doing. And then there were some other issues over there with some other manufacturers that had broke a few laws.
Well, yeah, right now, some of the largest manufacturers, primarily in Malaysia, it's come to light that the way they treat the workers has not been fair. In fact, it's almost like slavery. And they are...
They work here?
Pardon me?
They work here?
No, and so the government has actually banned the import of product from certain manufacturers coming out of Malaysia.
Good thing.
And this has caused a little bit of a shortage in the United States. There's a lot of other manufacturers that had ramped up a lot of production during the pandemic. And what we're seeing is people were trying to be very opportunistic and take advantage of the demand.
Oh, yeah.
And ramp up production lines, but didn't really know how to make single use.
Yeah.
And as a result, there's a flood now of inexpensive product,
Junk.
but it's poor quality.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful you get what you pay for right now. And if you buy a product from a good branded manufacturer, you can be reliant on the quality. But if it's, you know, XYZ glove company, never heard of before, then you might be at risk.
That happened a lot when the face mask started happening too. A lot of people did the same thing with that.
Yes,
because you were getting, Bill's Fish and Tackle and face masks, down the street. They were ordering them from wherever, and then come to find out, if I remember reading correctly, they were bringing in the KN95s, and even a lot of people were saying those were junk. And
Absolutely.
But it's like anything. Years ago, I remember when the bird flu happened. Whenever face masks and disposable gloves had a big ramp up and then decline. But this thing,
And during the pandemic, we were all trying to ramp up our production the best we could. We had to actually streamline our product offering and not offer every single thing we manufacture, but just focus on our core products. We are now in a position where we're starting to bring styles back that we couldn't make during the pandemic. Our capacity, as well as everyone's capacity, is starting to stabilize on raw material costs and so forth. The big hurdle that we're all facing still is the transportation. I mean, what it costs the manufacturer to bring in a container is like 10, 20 times more than what it was before the pandemic. And then when it gets to the harbor, sometimes it sits out there in the harbor for weeks before they can schedule when to bring it in and offload it. But it's not just gloves or PPE, it's everything.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a shortage. I mean, chips for used cars or new cars. There's a supply.
they're still sitting in the bay.
Yeah, absolutely. In many cases, that's what's happening.
Look, what we're going to talk about today is the single-use glove. We sell a lot of them to various amount of different people. And we partnered up a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic, and you guys have got some pretty interesting stuff, some things that nobody else really has. Let's go through some of them.
Well, SW is all about technology. We try to make products that actually help address a problem that you might be having with your hands, your skin. Not just produce product, just crank, let's get our costs down.
You were about the inside and the outside, not just the outside.
So we don't really compete with those people in Malaysia that just crank and blow out 3.5 mil low end stuff all day long. That's not really our niche. Our niche is higher end type products, products that are not for everyone, but really fit a lot of needs out there. And we do a lot of things extra different with our gloves that other glove manufacturers don't. So if you want, I can just start walking through and...
Yeah, and we're going to talk about ANSI standards and stuff as we go along with this too. So what you got so far?
Okay, I'm going to start kind of like with the thinnest and kind of work up. And this is just a sampling. This is not everything we have, just a sampling of some of our thinner gloves. The most common type glove you see in the industry today is a a 3.5 mil, 4 gram blue, just thin.
This is something similar that the hospitals and people like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our product is called the True Form Royal Blue, and it's unique in a lot of ways.
Is this an extra large?
Yeah, that's an XL. So basically, it's about a 3.5 mil product. It's close to 4 of the fingers, a little over 3 of the palm. It's powder free. It's textured on the fingertips. But this is what we do with these gloves that make them unique. After they're manufactured, every single glove is washed. And we wash it in because even though the manufacturing plant is not dirty, it's a plant. And by washing it, it helps to just clean any remaining particulate off of it. And then every single glove is inspected for pinholes and air inflated, and then flat packed. But the big thing about our product that's better or different than all this other stuff that's out there is our cuff strengths. We run our lines slower, and as a result, the mill thickness is more consistent from here to here to here. And as a result, our cuffs are stronger. They don't tear like a lot of other really cheap and inexpensive ones. They pull them out and it's rip.
So this is a 3.5.
3.5 mil, yeah, type product. Now, there is another thing with this product that we do, and we do with all of our gloves, that is truly unique. Every single product we manufacture single use is biodegradable.
There you go.
We have a technology that we incorporate in the glove when it's manufactured. After the glove is used, it's thrown away, and eventually ends up in a landfill. It starts to degrade. And in 2.5 years, 92.6% of this glove is gone. It evaporates. And what's left is a little FDA-approved clay, filler left. A normal glove goes in a landfill and it's there for 100 years. 2.5 years. And that's become sustainability. That's becoming a more and more important pressing issue in our work. Our technology is called Ecotech. And that's what we have in all of these products that make them biodegradable.
Now, what would this be? I mean, what's our target market for this?
I sell a lot of that for paint applications, people that are working just around paint. It's popular in healthcare. I sell a decent amount of it for light assembly, food processing, people working around food handling, the bakeries, whatever, that kind of thing. Those are the type of markets. Some environmental, where they just need something on their hands for testing, sampling, that kind of thing.
That's which is our market.
Yeah, which is a lot with you folks.
Yeah.
When we move up from the True Form, from the thinnest type products, the family of gloves we have is called the Power Form family. These gloves are more of a medium weight, single use. But they have,
we would sell a lot of.
Yeah, but they also have some additional unique technologies. One of the gloves that you folks sell a lot of in the Power Form family, we call the Power Form Green and White. It's very popular in the EMS space, as well as law enforcement, and here's why. This particular glove is about a 6 mil product, and it's 2-ply, meaning it's 1 ply of nitrile on the inside that's one color, white, and 1 ply of nitrile on the outside, in our case, green. It's popular in the EMS because this 2-ply technology, a lot of people refer to it as breach alert. So you're working around potentially, hazardous liquids like, bloodborne pathogens, things you don't want to get on your skin in the EMS in an emergency situation. If you're working and suddenly you see white up through here, we know that the glove has been compromised.
Gotcha. So it's kind of a warning system.
It's sort of a warning system. When you see white, it's time to change out your gloves. So this glove is very popular in that space. This one also has a unique feature. It's been certified as resistant to fentanyl and gastric acids. So if you're going to a healthcare facility where you don't know if someone has something on them, or law enforcement, EMS, this is the glove you can wear even if they have fentanyl on them, so that you're going to be protected.
I was looking at an article the other day, and it was showing that the deaths related to fentanyl has climbed so much in the last year,
Unfortunately.
and that's just one more thing that our LEOs have to face every day. And something great to have on you right there.
Absolutely. A couple more I want to show you in the Power Form family. This is called the Power Form Extended Cuff.
Okay.
In some applications,
Who comes up with these colors?
well, there's something unique about this, and I'm going to explain it. You'll understand why. So this is a 5 mil product. It is an extended cuff, so it comes up your arm further. And the reason why that is popular, we sell a lot of this type of product in some lab environments. Lots of times the technicians might have like a frock or lab coat they have to wear, and they like the extended cuff because it fits up over their sleeve.
Gotcha.
This glove is extremely clean, but what's unique about it is not only is it made with aloe, but we also have aloe vera in the glove.
I can hear.
It's throughout the whole thing. It's not just the inside, it's outside, everything. It's aloe vera is added as we are manufacturing the product, which makes it that it will get softer on your skin. And we actually have studies to show that if people have skin rashes or irritations, just by wearing an aloe nitrile glove, it actually has healing properties.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I also sell some of this into some industrial applications where they're doing machining, they just need a longer cuff, but for the most part, it's all going pretty much into the lab type space, lab space. So I wanted to show this because it's somewhat unique because it has the aloe vera in it. Definitely. And then the last Power 4 medium weight glove I wanted to share. This glove comes in black as well. I just didn't happen to have any black samples. But this is just our standard Power 4 teal. And this is just a good quality. It's a 6.5 gram weight glove. It's about 5 mils thick. It's extremely durable, extremely tough. We see a lot of this type product in the food processing because they found that, especially if they're working around any kind of protein or animals, the fats in the blood will actually break down a thinner nitrile glove. And something like this is more of a standard that's used. This is a little bit more robust, more durable. For a lot of environmental and industrial accounts, they like this glove, only they like it black. I just didn't have the sample in my trunk with me. This one is teal. Again, it's durable. The cuffs it has mil thickness, consistent throughout, so the cuffs are stronger. And this one also is completely biodegradable. So this.
How many of your gloves are biodegradable?
Every single-use glove manufacturer is biodegradable. That's correct.
Now, y'all the only company that does that, really, or?
We're the only company that has the full line of that.
Okay.
One of my competitors, there's another glove manufacturer called Showa.
Yeah.
And they kind of were the first to market with biodegradable. Theirs is limited to like one style.
Okay.
And their product, I think, it takes 5 years to completely degrade, where ours is 2.5. But it's a good glove.
Still a good company too. We've dealt with those guys. So.
Yeah. And then so as I kind of worked up through the medium weight ones.
And this is the one that we've sold a good bit of.
And this is one that has a lot of really cool features to it. So this is called our Mega Man glove. And this perhaps is the most durable single-use glove in the world.
There's something cool about this glove too. You don't see people get excited over nitrile gloves.
But yeah, something like this. So one of probably the most common complaint that people have when they wear a single-use glove is it makes your hand perspire. My hand sweats. Anytime you put something on your skin, your pH levels will go up, your hand will perspire. What we have with this glove, on the inside of this glove, this is not powder. What this is a light cotton flocking. You can see it better on this one, it's a little brighter. Kind of a cotton flocking on the inside. And when you wear it, it will help to absorb your hand perspiration. Now, your hand will still get warm, you still will sweat, but you won't sweat as badly. Plus, it'll make the glove easier to get on and off. This glove is a brute. It's close to 11 mils thick in the fingers, 9 in the palm, and about 7 in the cup. You can get this sucker. I can get that all the way to my elbow. This is a durable glove. It is ANSI certified level 3 on abrasion. That's huge. Okay. And it's like this close to being certified as ANSI Cut 1. We're like real close, but not quite there yet. So it's almost a cut glove. But it's ANSI certified level 3 on abrasion. It's the only single-use glove in the world that has that kind of a rating. I sell a lot of this product for people doing heavy-duty work. This isn't a lab glove. This is a brute.
Working on heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery, maintenance departments, water, sewer departments, utilities seem to like this glove. I've had people say, we wear this glove, we take it off, and then we come back and we put it back on.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's actually a glove you can put back on. It is also completely biodegradable as are others. And another thing about this is exciting is we just got this certified for resistance also against fentanyl and gastric acids.
There you go.
There you go. So
now how many you got a good many years that's already rated for fentanyl.
Correct. We have several.
Okay.
The Mega Man, a thinner version of this called the Mini Man, or it's gray. It's a thinner version. I just didn't have a sample in my trunk with me. That's also rated for fentanyl. This one, I talked about earlier
Yeah.
for fentanyl, and also our Powerform teal and black gloves are now
Okay.
also rated for fentanyl. So unfortunately, it's a need. And
Yeah.
it's a growing need.
So, with all this, what about ANSI standards? Now, with ANSI and OSHA standards, and who needs to be wearing this? Who needs to really be looking out?
ANSI is a testing organization that certifies different forms of PPE rated for, like safety classes are rated for, whatever, and respiratory and all that kind of thing. When it comes to hand protection, most of the ANSI concerns are centered around impact, abrasion, or cut.
And puncture.
And a cut and puncture. The higher the number, the higher the resistance. So an ANSI cut 9 glove would be more cut resistance than ANSI cut 2.
Of course.
And this would be an ANSI abrasion 3, which is about as high as you can get for a single-use type of product.
Cool.
So, but that's kind of just a snippet of some of the unique things about SW gloves.
And do you have a chemical chart that shows on your website?
We do. On our website,
SWsafety.com?
Yep, swsafety.com. We have different tabs, mechanical, single-use, chemical. We're talking about the single-use category today. There's also a chemical resistance chart where you can look at your chemical and then it'll say what type of glove, not just necessarily what type of SW glove, but it'll say nitrile holds up this long, natural latex holds up that long, that kind of thing.
That's cool, yeah.
So
even if they don't get your glove, they can still get your
they can
chemical.
still use the chart and it can be helpful for them, and that's fine. That's fine.
Good deal. So where do you see the market going right now?
Well, there's a lot of factors affecting the market.
Yeah.
The market's definitely stabilized.
Yeah.
The costs that manufacturers have to manufacture has continued to go down
We've noticed.
slowly. The supply has increased, so
Mhm.
we're not, but all this could change because of outside factors like another spike in the pandemic or continued destabilization, what's going on in Ukraine.
Mhm.
It could destabilize the world, spread into Asia, and that could affect the market as well. But for right now, things are trending back to pre-pandemic level, and things are
I've
stabilizing.
been noticing a lot of our prices, so, with stuff like this coming back to where, it ain't back where it was, but it's back close
It's
to.
trending.
It's
Back to-
still way back
to
to what it was. It's made quite a jump back now, and we're happy with that.
It has, and the challenge for us manufacturers is to, as we lower our prices, this is, to be candid, we make sure that we lower our prices as we continue to deplete our inventory at a higher cost. Just like you as a distributor,
Oh, yeah.
you want to make sure you bleed through your higher cost inventory you got before you can.
You're in the high stuff, we'll start selling the low stuff later.
Yeah, and we're all doing that.
Well, look, we're about done. Join us for the next podcast coming soon.